This is a laptop cooler from the brand KLIM. The model name is KLIM TurboFrost Max. I have reviewed some of these in the past, but this one comes with a new design and an improved cooling system. In this video, you are going to see how to use this, real-world testing with laptops, the pros and cons, and finally, the verdict. If you're someone looking for the best and premium laptop cooler, you are at the right place. So let's start. Inside the box, we get all the accessories required to use this laptop cooler. I already uploaded a detailed unboxing and my first impressions video a few days back. You can check that out to get the real unboxing experience. Do note that this is a big cooling pad that can use with the laptops up to 17 inches. If you are thinking of carrying this in your backpack, that is going to be a very bad idea. Now let's see how to use this. To use it, it's very simple. You place it on a flat surface, then adjust the elevation at which you like to use your laptop. There are a total of 4 ergonomic angle adjustments available. After that, place your laptop on top. Next, connect it with the charger to run this, or you can use the Type-C slot to directly power it from the laptop. If you do that, you can use the other 3 USB 3.0 Type-A slots to connect the other devices. I used them to connect an external keyboard and mouse so that I get some more free ports on my laptop. If you are using MacBooks, this is really helpful. You know why. Now you are ready to use it. You can use the buttons to increase or decrease the fan speed. The first button is for turning the on and off. The next 2 buttons are for fan speed control. The maximum speed you can set is 1800 RPM and the minimum is 600 RPM. Up to 1000 RPM, you don't feel the noise in a quiet room. After that, it becomes noticeable. The RPM changes in this order for this. It starts at 600, then 800, then 1000, after that 1200, then 1500, and finally 1800. This can go up to a maximum of 3000 RPM as well. How it reaches that, I'll share during the testing time. The next 2 buttons are for RGB color controls. The first button is to change the RGB colors and the next one is to change the lighting modes. If you want to turn off the RGB lighting, press and hold both buttons for a few seconds. If you want to turn it on again, repeat the same process. There are different RGB modes available on this cooler. On the front side, we can insert metal plates to secure the laptop. They call these as frontal tabs. You can adjust both the height and distance of these 2 tabs. Next is a foam pad. This helps to seal the laptop and the heat sink, enabling efficient pressure cooling for optimal heat dissipation. If you want, you can remove it and easily reattach it after cleaning. This attaches with the help of magnets. Now, coming to the testing part. I'm using 2 laptops here. One is a MacBook Air, which doesn't have a fans inside. The other one is a gaming laptop that has built-in fans. You can see the specifications of these 2 models in the description box if you want to know. I'm exporting the same 4K project file from Adobe Premiere Pro on both laptops. This is a more than 15-minute 4K timeline and consists of a lot of B-rolls, text, transitions, music, and many more. This is a proper YouTube video that I uploaded a few weeks ago. You can also see that I added a timer for transparency. I'm going to export the same video in 3 different ways to check the performance of this laptop cooler. First, I export the video without using the cooler. Next, I test it with the laptop cooler, connecting via Type-C, where the power draw is only 5 watts and the maximum RPM is 1800. Third is with the help of power adapter, I mean the charger where they provided in the box. It draws 12 volts power and the maximum RPM it reaches is 3000. If in case you are using the charger, I mean the 12 volts charger, the RPM follows like this. It starts at 600, then 1000, next 1500, then 2000, next 2500, and finally 3000. Note that at 3000 RPM, it generates a lot of fan noise. I turned on the built-in cooling system on the gaming laptop for this test. For the first test, the gaming laptop took 38 minutes and 52 seconds and the MacBook Air took 47 minutes and 2 seconds to complete. Next, I gave both laptops for some time to cool down and ran the test again with the laptop cooler connected via Type-C, where the maximum RPM is 1800 set. For the remaining two testings, I turned off the gaming laptop's built-in cooling to see if there were any noticeable time differences. For the second test, the gaming laptop took 39 minutes and 31 seconds and the MacBook Air took 39 minutes and 5 seconds. There is definitely a big improvement and time saved on the MacBook Air. I'll share the statistics and discuss them once the third test is also completed. For the third test, I'm using the power adapter which draws 12 volts power and the maximum RPM is 3000. Let's see how this turns out. If you want to use the USB 3.0 ports on the back side, you must connect one cable to the laptop, either via USB or Type-C. Don't worry, even if you connect via Type-C, it won't drain the laptop power. If a power cut happens, at that time it takes power from the laptop and runs at maximum of 1800 RPM instead of 3000 RPM. Now for the third test, the gaming laptop took 38 minutes and 47 seconds and the MacBook took 38 minutes and 2 seconds. Here is the complete timing comparison side by side. If you observe the timings, the Windows gaming laptop doesn't show any major improvements with this cooler. In fact, it took slightly more time to finish the export. But with the MacBook Air, it's totally opposite. You can clearly see the big difference at 1800 RPM compared to exporting without the cooler. One important thing I observed is that MacBook stayed cooler at 3000 RPM, whereas at 1800 RPM, it still little bit heats up. So from my testing, we can observe that this laptop cooler helps significantly, especially for laptops without internal fans. So it is passed. Now coming to the positives. First, it does its job exactly as intended. If you're using a laptop that doesn't have fans or if you are facing cooling issues, this will help. This is useful and perfect for people who do a lot of gaming, heavy video editing, 3D work and other intensive tasks for long working sessions. The extra ports on the backside are a big plus for additional connectivity. You can easily clean the air intake on the backside, which is important because dust buildup will happen after weeks of usage. You can use the laptops up to 17 inches, which is quite good for this. On the back, we also get elevation adjustments, which helps in using the laptop at different heights. So these are the positive things of this one. When it comes to the negatives, I mean the bad things, here are the list. The first issue is fan noise. If you use it at maximum speed, I mean more than 1000 RPM, the noise is very loud. At 3000 RPM, it's way higher. Next is portability. You cannot carry this in your backpack and travel easily. Another issue is power consumption. I'm not saying it consumes too much or too little power, but it draws different power depending on where it is connected to the laptop or the power adapter. And even the RPM also changes according to that. Next, it requires a flat surface or table to use it properly. And also guys, yes, this is how the laptop coolers work. Not only this, even if you see any of the other brands, you need a flat surface to use that. Also note that if your laptop has old thermal paste, clogged vents or poor internal cooling design, this laptop cooler will not help in those situations. First, make sure you clean and you figure it out all those things. After that, you come and use this one. So finally, here is my verdict, or you can say user review of this KLIM TurboFrost Max laptop cooler. It does exactly what it is meant to do. If you're using a gaming laptop that too a few years old, first try fixing the internal cooling by cleaning it and applying the new thermal paste. Even after doing that, if heating issues still exist, then you can consider using this cooler. But for those who are using a laptop like the MacBook Air or any others which doesn't have inbuilt fans, yes, this is a game changer. It works perfectly. The results are the proof for this video. So that's the overall review of this KLIM TurboFrost Max laptop cooler. Don't forget to check the link in the description box as well as in the comment section to buy this item right now. That's it for this video. See you again in the next one. Meanwhile, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss out the new upcoming videos on this channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next video.